I learned that love has conditions. Oh yes, there are conditions to love. But one day, I hope to be in love and have someone in love with me. But first, I have to unlearn what I was shown love to be. Welcome to me. This story is rated E. Hi, I'm Ellison Kendrick, a singer from Miami, Florida. I'm really happy to do this promotion right now for my new album, which was released August 4th. It's a 14-song collection and one remix. Let's see. It's something, I think it's introspective of myself because as a singer, in a personality, I'm pretty reserved and a quiet person. A lot of people expect me to be an extrovert because I'm on stage all the time and the way I dress, but my personality is usually quiet and calm, and I'm an introvert. So I felt that this album would be an introspective into who I am. You get to know me, other sides of me, the personal. Every song is an experience that I actually experienced on the album, and yeah, so that's something that I would like to share with you all right now. The concept of Rated E is happened about, let's see, 2 to 3 years ago. I was working with this amazing singer and songwriter. His name is Jay Only, and he also executive produced and co-wrote a lot of the songs with me on the album. Um, and like I said before, I wanted it to be an introspective type of album into who I am, and but I wanted it to be mature and not follow trends too much. I wanted it to be modern, but I also wanted it to not be so trendy that you couldn't play it years later. And so we started to work on different tracks. We usually get the tracks first, and we listen to it and see if that music inspires us to write a song. Jay Only is an incredible writer because I can tell him a story, one of my stories, or an experience, or what I want the concept to be about the song, and we'll just have a conversation, and then he comes back with exactly, what I wanted, and then we kind of work on the melodies and the arrangements and how it should go, and then that usually puts everything into motion. I worked with Kendall Hunter, who's a producer of like maybe two or three of the tracks. Worked with my engineer Tro, who's in Miami. He's amazing. He also helps me vocal produce on the album. I worked with Traxon. He's also from Miami. He's amazing. He's worked with everybody in the industry. So I had a lot of really, really good, experienced people who has they're professional and they get the work done. But I also, my problem was that I mull over it too long sometimes, and then I question myself, and then I say, is it good enough? And then I go back and I do it again and I do it again. So sometimes the hardest part of this album, which was completed maybe a year ago, is letting it go and to have everyone else judge, your project, judge your experience, judge your stories, So that's the hardest part. But I've been finished for a while. Let's see. Oh, is there one more producer and the name escapes me? I'm so sorry. But yeah, I've worked with maybe 3 or 4 producers on it. It's Kendall Hunter, Tro was one of them, Jay Only was a writer, Trackison was the other producer. So yeah, I think I covered them all. So yeah, it was a great experience. I'm proud of it. I think it's what I actually wanted to show and to share with everybody, and so far I think everyone's enjoying the experience and enjoying the musical experience that I've decided to share. What I'm most proud of is that I did a intro, which is about a minute and a half, where I wanted it to be like a movie. Like when you go in to see the next movie, inside that movie they give you sneak peeks and scenes, and then this voice comes out of nowhere and explains the movie to you, in a minute and a half. So I kind of put that concept together, giving us a short bio about my experience in love and how love came across to me and how I had to learn how to love because it came in different forms and not the form that I felt that I should. So it was kind of cathartic and therapeutic to do that intro. So that's what I'm most proud of on the album. In 2015, I co-wrote and released a single called Black Suit. Um, it was with Davis Brown out of New York, a young kid who had just started producing, and he had a production studio, and went to New York, and he came to Miami, and we collaborated on the song, and fortunately, that song in December of that year charted on Billboard at number 11 um, for the singles, yeah, Billboard single sales chart. And to me, that was a great response to me from the universe or from God telling me it's time for you to do your own thing. Most people know me for singing with Joss Stone or singing background for R&B legend Betty Wright, and I think that was my sign to go and do something on my own. So that name was special to me, the Black Suit. So I decided to name form a band in 2017, which was a couple of years later, and use some of the best talent down here. Uh, on guitar, I have Julian Avila, who also played on song number 7, You Belong to Me. You'll see featured in his name. I also have on bass Todrick Hunter. I have on keys Marcus Benaby. On drums, Omar Clark. These are very experienced musicians who they've played with a professional artist. So I'm honored that they all like and continue to play with me. So and our synergy, it works. And so to me, as an independent artist, that's very important to be able to get out and perform your music and other music, and to let your audience see what you can actually do live. Because nowadays a lot of artists, they aren't very let's say capable at performing live. So I take pride in that part of it. Also, as far as supporting independent artists, I think it's very important that that we make a connection with our audience, because the algorithms change on Instagram, and you can't reach as many people sometimes, and unless you purchase that boost, you don't reach past the same 30 people that hit like on your post. So it's important to me to get out there and make a connection. That's why I got a website, ellisonkendrick.com. I make everything easy. It's my name, Ellison Kendrick. It's Ellison Kendrick on Instagram, Twitter. It's Ellison Kendrick on my on Facebook. So I'm not hard to find. And so to me, that's the way I connect with you. I actually respond. I don't have anyone to respond for me. I connect with my audience. I'll send out my email. You can go on my website, and then you can see all my information. So if you have, you want to purchase merchandise, all the music is there. The videos are all there. I have like 10 singles, and that's what made me wanted to do an album, because I'm releasing singles, every year. So I think that it would make sense to put everything together and I have a 14 song collection and one remix of one of the songs that did very well overseas, in the UK. So that song is called Got It Going On. It reached number 7 on the UK soul chart, so I was really proud of that. So I said, let's remix it. So I put a little hip hop on it, got 2 rappers who are amazing, and then I also put that on the album as song number 15. But yeah, you should show some support. EllisonKendrick.com. Everything that's about me is under Ellison Kendrick. Ellison Kendrick, like Kendrick Lamar. Real easy. I know I got your attention, cause I got on my black suit. No standing on the wall, I don't care at all. I got you in the mood, cause I got on my black suit. I got on my black suit. Hey, I got on my black suit. I got on my black suit. And I'm wearing it just for you. I got on my black suit. So what's next for Ellison Kendrick? Well, my plan is to do more acting. Let's see, because the last thing I did was I was in the movie Bad Boys. I think it was the most recent one in 2020 or 2021. But I was singing in that movie. We did a cover of Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye. Heaven Must Have Sent You From Above. In that wedding scene, you'll hear my voice, and you'll see me in the background behind Will Smith. So I wanted to do more things like that. There's a also a short film, well, a short mini series on Amazon called Backlash. I played a blind jazz singer in that role. So my goal is to do more things like that. Maybe get into television. My ultimate goal is to do Broadway one day. I moved to New York maybe back in 2010 to try to get into that, and that's much harder than I thought it would be. It was super cold, so coming from Miami, that was a shock to my system. So, and I was all doing trying to do that while I was touring with Joss Stone. So I think I bit off more than I can chew. So now that I have a handle on my career and the things that I want to do, I think I'm going to take another stab at Broadway, things like that. Um, but that, as I said before, because people know me as, a background singer, and I got to tour with a lot and work with a lot of artists. I want to do that, do that even more. Recording, doing some more recording or writing for other people. Collaborations, things like that. So if you want to collab, hey, hit my website. We'll make something happen. So yeah, my thing. I just want to stay busy. I remember Betty Wright, God rest her soul. She used to tell me, don't chase fame, just want to work, desire to get your art out there and connect with the world, and the rest will come. So that's kind of how I pursue my career. And then that keeps me from being disappointed because my art is out there. I'm connecting with an audience, and then the rest is coming to me. So that's basically how I feel. So what's next for me? Movies, TV, writing, performing, Broadway, recording. Hey, I'm here, ellisonkendrick.com. Reach out to me. We can make it happen. We can make that happen.
Searching, baby girl, I'm here, here. Believe me.